What's going on, boys and girls? Today we're going to be making some bread, some Amish loaf bread. It's such an easy thing to make, real easy to do. It does take a few hours of your time to do it if you do it right, but it always comes out good. Simple ingredients. So let's take a look at it, y'all. Y'all hit that little like button. It doesn't cost you nothing. Hit that like button and share the heck out of this video. If you like to make bread, let me tell you the reason why I make bread too, guys. Because when I buy the stuff in the grocery store, if you ever leave it on the counter for a week, 2 weeks, it doesn't mold. I mean, something ain't right with bread that doesn't mold. It's got too many preservatives in it. So I started making my own, and I've had less health problems since I've started making my own bread. So let's make our own bread together. Here we go. Guys and gals, like I said, this is an easy recipe. It starts off with some bread flour here. This is just Bob's Red Mill artesian bread. 2 cups of warm water, warm to your hand. You don't want it burning hot. You want to take about 1/4 of a cup of oil. We're going to be using butter. We're just going to melt that butter down. That's about 1/2 of a stick of butter. About 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and about 1/4 of a cup of sugar. And of course, you got to have your little bit of yeast here. That's some active dry yeast. All right, let's put it together. We're going to activate the yeast first and foremost. Get you a large bowl to put it in, and make sure you have some bread pans as well. All right, so we're going to start off with 2 cups of warm water. And you want this water as warm as you would put a baby in, guys. So you don't want it just steaming hot. Going to put that 2 cups of water in there. We're going to take our sugar, and then we're going to put our yeast in there. We're going to put 1.5 tablespoons of yeast. All right, that's our yeast in there. We're going to give that a little bit of a mix so that we can dissolve the sugar and the yeast. And you will see how it's going to change. This kind of tells you if your yeast is good too, y'all. I usually keep mine in the freezer after I use it. I don't leave it out on the counter, and I think it keeps for a long time. So I haven't had to buy any fresh, even if, because this stuff that I'm using now, it's not in date. It's one from 24, I think it is. But I freeze it, so I don't know if it makes a difference, but it has made a difference for me. All right. All right, we'll let that sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, and you will see it transform. All righty, and after about 10-15 minutes, you will see the miracle of yeast fermentation. So now we can add in our salt. Whoa. And we can add in our oil. Add in our oil. I'll get the rest of that out. Give it a nice little stir. And guys, with the flour, you're going to add in about 1 cup at a time. And I'm not going to go through this whole tedious process here because I don't want this to be a long video. But I'm going to put it in 1 cup at a time and mix it until I get a nice little dough ball. All right, y'all. Once it comes together, just like this right here, we're going to spread it out, and we're going to knead this for about 5 minutes or so. And then we're going to grease up this bowl right here, and we're going to cover it up, and we're going to let this dough rise. All right, just spread you down some flour like this. We're going to put our dough directly up there, guys, and we're just going to knead this. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but basically we're going to fold this in this way, fold this in this way, go this in this way, and we're going to do this over and over again for about 5 minutes. You just want to knead it a little bit here. And we'll come back once it's kneaded. All right, so we've kneaded it for about 5 minutes. We're going to take our bowl here and going to oil it down. This is just some avocado oil, y'all. We're going to, oops, drop that down. You don't want to hear oops. And we're going to spray some of that on top of that as well, too. Give it a little flip over. And spray that side too. Now, the important part, guys and gals, is you've got to cover this up. Because I made the mistake one time of not covering it up, and it rose, but when you cover it up, it traps those gases on the inside of that bowl. You want to keep this thing at about, 80 degrees, 75, 80 degrees. So room temperature for the most part. Now I've got a bag that I use to warm it up, and it works real well. Proofing bag, a proofing oven is what it is. It's just made out of cloth, and we'll sit that down in there. You'll see how it works. All right, again, this is an important step right here, guys. You got to remember to cover this up. Now, you can also use a towel as well, too. My grandmother and my mother used to use a towel for this, but we're going to use this plastic wrap. All right, this is my proofing bag right here. It comes in real handy. It's got a little timer on it. You set your temperature for it. Right now it's about 73 in there, but it's going to get warmer. I've got it set to, and it gives you a nice little guide here, guys. So we're going to set it to 80 degrees, and you're supposed to let it proof for about an hour or so. So usually that works for this type of recipe. So we'll come back here in a little bit. All right, there you go. And look at what it looks like now, and wait to what you see it looks like in about an hour. Look at that, guys. Hadn't even been 30 minutes. Look how much it's risen already. This is going to be some great bread. All righty, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. That thing has almost tripled. Just an hour. It has only been an hour. All right, we're going to take this out. We're going to mash it down, get some of the bubbles out of it, and we're going to knead it for about 3 minutes, and then we're going to put it in our greased loaf pans. All right, that gives you a better bird's eye view. Look at that, y'all. Is that not nice? All right, and we're gonna push it down. Put a little bit more flour on the mat here, and knead it for about 3 minutes. That's all you need to do, and then we're gonna cut it in half. Same as before. Put your little flour down. And then we're just going to knead this baby several times. And see, this thing has got rings on it, so you can actually measure it pretty well. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this inch line right here to serve as my guide. And we're going to take, probably not a knife, but something, because I don't want to cut this mat. I'm bad about cutting these mats. I'm probably going to take a spatula and just mark it down the center and then break it in two like that. There we go. Now we're just going to kind of oblong those and put them in our greased pan. Just kind of mold them into a shape of bread. Got our greased loaf pans here. Let's go ahead and make some loaves. Alrighty, once you get them in the pan, we're going to spray the top of these, and we're going to cover them again. You got to remember, you got to cover it because it's still got a little yeast activity that it needs, and then these things are going to puff up. Sometimes I'll put a little line through them as well too, so that they'll rise evenly. So here we go. All right, and I can tell you the one on the right is probably going to look better than the one on the left. We'll see how they start rising here. Don't forget to spray the top. I'm just using avocado oil, y'all. Now, you don't want to make them too tight, you just because you want this thing to rise, and you don't want it to stick to the plastic wrap, which it normally doesn't. That's why you grease the top of it. Back into the proofer, 30 minutes. Okay, and while that's waiting, y'all, set your oven to 350 degrees. All righty, second rise, it's been about 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look at this here. I already told you guys the one on the right is going to look better than the one on the left. It rose a little bit better too. So we're going to go in the oven, going to take the plastic off, go in the oven for about 30 minutes. In the oven they go. We'll be back in 30 minutes. Guys, it's been about 30 minutes. Look at those loaves of bread. They smell awesome. And I told you one of them would look better. I mean, that one rose like it's supposed to, but they both look really, really good. We're going to take these babies out and let them cool. Look at that, y'all. Perfect bread every time. This recipe has never failed me. So if you guys try it, you'll get the same results, I'm sure. Look at that. They come right out of the pan. No stick, nowhere, y'all. The pans are hot as heck. No stick, no way. Look at that bread, y'all. That's when you put that stuff on the side of them. That oil makes the sides brown. Oh my God, I can smell it, y'all. See, this one's got the way you put it in the pan is the way the bread's going to come out. So if your bread looks nice and thin like that, or not thin, but smooth, it'll look smooth. This one had a little wrinkle in it, and so it took to the wrinkle. So anyway, they're going to still be good, though. They're going to be really, really good. Hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Like, share, comment on the video. Let me know if you've ever tried baking bread. Baking bread is good, y'all. Baking. It's late, y'all. It's almost 10 o'clock, and I'm usually in bed by now. Baking bread is great, and making your own bread. You get to tell what's in your bread, no preservatives. If I leave this bread out on the counter for 3 or 4 days, it's going to be molded, guarantee you. So anyway, like, share, comment. You guys have a great day. Peace.